What if the secret to achieving your biggest dreams isn't in more motivation or better goals, but in something John Taffer from Bar Rescue accidentally revealed to me during a binge watching session? Which, okay, I know how that sounds, but just bear with me, because the revelation that changed everything for me might seem strange at first, but it's why some women effortlessly create the life they deserve while others stay stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. In this video, I'm revealing the 5-step automatic achievement method that transformed my success rate from occasional wins to consistent results. You'll discover why traditional goal setting has been secretly sabotaging you and how to build systems that make achieving your dreams almost inevitable. Stay until the end for the exact framework I use to double my productivity while working less, because this isn't about working harder, it's about designing smarter. Section 1, the problem with goals. Let me paint a familiar picture. Vision board is on your wall, goals written out in perfect calligraphy, affirmations practiced daily, and yet weeks turn to months with the gap between your vision and reality still frustratingly wide. You are not alone. Studies show 92% of people abandon their goals before achievement. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Willpower is finite, motivation fluctuates, and traditional goal setting is fundamentally flawed. I discovered this truth in the most unlikely place, sprawled on my couch during a bar rescue marathon. Between John Taffer's dramatic confrontations with failing bar owners, I heard him bellow something profound. Your bar fails because you failed to create systems. That's when it hit me. I've been setting goals my entire life without building the underlying structure that would make achievement inevitable rather than optimal. This revealed a fundamental truth. The master key to transformation isn't found in what you want to achieve, but the systems you build to get there. Section 2, the System Supremacy Principle. This is what I call the System Supremacy Principle, the counterintuitive truth that focusing on processes creates better outcomes than focusing on outcomes themselves. Let me show you how this works in real life. With a goal-centered approach, you might decide, I want to write a book. This creates an immediate pressure to produce something magnificent, which often leads to procrastination. With a systems approach, you instead create a writing protocol. I will write for 30 minutes every morning after my first cup of coffee. The daily writing becomes automatic, triggered by a specific cue, and freed from the pressure of immediate excellence. The magic is that this removes the need for heroic willpower. The system takes care of those variables, creating what I call the achievement by default, which is when success becomes the natural outcome of processes you've put in place. This is why some women seem to accomplish so much with apparent ease, while others struggle despite equally strong desires. The difference isn't in what they want, but in how they've structured their approach. Section 3, the 5-step method. Now let's break down the 5 steps that transform any goal into an inevitable outcome. Step 1 is to identify your achievement anchors. Behind every goal lies a handful of high-leverage activities that disproportionately determine success. These achievement anchors are the 20% of actions that create 80% of your desired results, aka the Pareto principle. For example, instead of a vague goal of getting healthier, you might identify 3 achievement anchors, like getting sleep for 7+ hours a night, consuming less than 50 grams of sugar daily, and exercising for 30 minutes 3 times a week. When I applied this to my own writing, I realized my achievement anchor wasn't writing masterfully, but simply writing consistently. This shifted my focus from the intimidating task of producing excellence to the manageable task of producing words. Step 2 is to design your minimal viable system. The most effective systems share a common quality: simplicity. Complex systems fail because complexity creates friction and friction kills consistency. Your minimal viable system is the simplest possible arrangement that can deliver your achievement anchors reliably. An example would be after brushing my teeth, which is the trigger, I will meditate for 5 minutes, which is an action, and then check off today's box, which is the feedback. Remember, a perfect system you don't follow is infinitely less effective than an imperfect system you can actually use. Step 3 is to implement the streak protocol. Human psychology includes a powerful motivational hack. We hate breaking chains of consecutive action. The streak protocol leverages this tendency by creating visible evidence of your consistency. The components of the streak protocol are creating a visible tracking system, mark each successful day, implement the never miss twice rule, and celebrate milestone streaks. The never miss twice rule is crucial. While missing 1 day is acceptable, missing 2 consecutive days is not. This prevents the all or nothing thinking that derails progress. Step 4 is to engineer your environment for auto success. Your environment is consistently working either for you or against your system. Environmental engineering creates conditions where following your system requires less effort than not following it. This process includes identifying supportive and disruptive elements, increasing friction for competing behaviors, decreasing friction for system supporting behaviors, and creating environmental triggers. This principle was illustrated perfectly in Bar Rescue when Taffer would completely arrange a bar's layout. Suddenly, bartenders can make drinks in half the time without any increased effort. When I was designing my writing environment, I made sure to put my phone on silent and flip it upside down so nothing would get my attention. I disabled Wi-Fi on my writing device, and I set up a dedicated space that exists only for creation. The result? My writing frequency doubled without any additional willpower and allowed me to get to publishing 2 blog posts a week on my website as well as to get 2 videos out a week on here, all without any additional willpower. Step 5, the continuous calibration method. Even the most brilliantly designed system requires ongoing refinement. The continuous calibration method transforms your systems from a static structure into a living organism. Schedule regular system reviews to evaluate adherence metrics, aka did you follow the system, outcome metrics, did the system produce results, and specific friction points that triggered non-compliance. I learned this lesson when my content creation system kept breaking down on Thursdays. Rather than blaming my discipline, I examined the pattern and discovered that my Thursdays schedule included back-to-back actions that depleted my creative energy. The solution wasn't more willpower, but a system adjustment, moving content creation to mornings on Wednesday. With each calibration, your system becomes more effective and more aligned with your natural tendencies. This step allows you to change and morph your schedule that you've created for yourself to make it more unique and perfect for you, because sometimes what you think is going to be the perfect schedule just doesn't line up with you and your natural habits. So if you're waiting for your system to be perfect or you to get a calling of this is exactly my perfect system, don't worry about it because you will go back and change it as you need to. Because the true power of this approach isn't just in the results it creates, but in the struggle it eliminates. When achievement becomes automatic, embedded in systems rather than dependent on heroic effort, you reclaim the mental and emotional energy previously consumed by internal resistance. As John Taffer might say, success isn't about wanting it more, it's about building systems that make failure nearly impossible. I've used this exact method to transform not only my business, but every area of my life, from doubling down my content output to creating more quality time with my family, all the while feeling less overwhelmed and more aligned. And now I want to help you to do the same. If you're ready to create systems that transform your goals into inevitable achievements, join our thriving community in the Goddess Energy Academy. We've created exclusive frameworks specifically designed for ambitious women ready to break free from self-doubt. Click the link in the description to learn more and join us. Your system-driven transformation awaits. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more transformational content, and share with a woman in your life who needs this message. Know that I am so proud of you and that I believe in you and I know that you can do this. And until we meet again, peace.